Guys, we've got a question from our Facebook Live feed here from Bruce, who is in El Dorado. If a person has a 401k at work and has the option of putting into both a traditional or a Roth 401k, what percentage should a person put into each, or should it all go into a Roth?
Okay, so putting money into a 401k, they've got the option of a traditional or Roth. Which way should they go? So I would say, number one, you need to check with your advisor. I'm going to give you my gut answer for most people is the more Roth money you have, the happier you're going to be later in life. However, that is not an absolute, okay? We normally look at the first question we're going to look at is how old is the participant in question. So if it's somebody in their 20s, they need to put in Roth money all day, every day. That's what needs to go in there. If they're within 5 years of retirement, then it really depends on what other assets they have and what they're going to be pulling from in retirement. They may need to do traditional dollars into this. And guys, it's important to understand that the earnings limit that we talked about earlier on traditional and Roth, like individual Roths and individual traditional accounts rather than as part of the 401k, the earnings limit here does not apply. So it doesn't matter how much you make, you can contribute in Roth dollars to your 401k, and we are big, huge fans of that.
Yeah, absolutely. And one other thing about this, I think that, even if you feel like, well, maybe I should do some traditional money, you are going to do some traditional money in a Roth account, because what's going to happen is that your employer contribution is going to be a traditional contribution, a before tax contribution.
Always,
100% of the time. So you will be getting some effect of your employer money going in there, even though your employee money may be going to a Roth.
The reason, just to help people understand that, the reason the employer is always that way is they're taking the tax deduction. So you can put in Roth money all day long, whatever their match is, it's going to be traditional dollars.
They're not worried about retirement income, the corporation that's paying you.
That's right.
And I do think it's worth pointing out too that I think this is changing, but when the Roth 401k first started to become prevalent, many times the employer match was only based on the pre-tax employee contribution, right? So the Roth contribution would not have got matched. So if you went all in on Roth, you didn't actually get the employer match. Now, I think that's changing a little bit now.
Yeah.
But early on, that was the case. So you might want to check with your HR department before you start doing that as well.
Want more content like this delivered to your inbox weekly? Visit fastest4.com to learn more.